Thank you. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you very much. And if there are any questions, please be seated there. Apeksha, you also. Yeah, hold on. Just a minute. Let them take their seat. Come.
Well, yeah, sure, please. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thank you for patiently watching it. I know there's a lot of reading to be done because there's so many translations, and that's one of the challenges of this film. Please.
At the outset, madam, we are all grateful to Mr. Venkatji. Use the microphone. At the outset, we are grateful to Mr. Venkatji. He has conducted a very nice program, and we wish that he will conduct this kind of programs in future also. That is number one. My question goes to Anjali madam and Apushpa madam also. These very beautiful expressions you have given in your performance, we understood how those people's agony was, and when they were child, how they enjoyed the life, later on how they suffered. These are all very beautiful expressions. We are happy. The question I just wanted to know, these all things happened in 1940s, late. So what kind of cultural difference you found in India in late 1940s and today? Have you found anything? If so.
First of all, thank you, sir, for having us and for letting us screen the film here and for inviting us. I speak for my friends here, who are both incredible work. So, it doesn't complete the story till we all tell the same story from different angles. So, sir, I wasn't born in 1940s. I was born in 72. The gentleman in my film, one of them who was a child at that time, compares India of then and now from a physical level where, there were elephants and then they're gone and now they're motorcycles and there's these gates are still here and the Maharajas are gone and there's a democracy. So all of that, yes. Does it mean culturally were the people more inviting of refugees at that time? So let's hit it direct, sir. I like it direct. So yeah, so yes, there is a difference probably in the world at large. But does India take it differently? It's a very peculiar thing, and which is why this film, to me and to the world, I feel is really important. And what her work is even more important because she's talking to little children and imbuing values there. So what's really critical is that they were white refugees on Indian soil in 1942, a Quit India movement. And how did the Indians at that time know the difference between a white Pole and a white British? You see? But having said that, I think people relate to people. That's more important. I don't relate to her as a Polish human. I relate to her as a human. I don't relate to her as a half Polish human. She doesn't relate to me as an Indian human. So I think that's still the same because the value system is still the same. We're pretty open to help a stranger, especially feed a stranger. I think that exists. You will know from your experiences in the villages, in the streets, in human beings. That stays the same. But we have to be cognizant of the fact that something as drastic as this has happened. And we should be respectful of the fact that there is in India today as well, which is culturally the same. It's not like we are different because somebody is of color A, B, C, D. Yes, there's bigotry. Yes, there's religious issues sometimes. All that, as you know, is political. We're sitting in the Foreign Correspondents Club. The journalists know more than us, right? We're filmmakers. I'll let Apeksha do the needful.
I think so. The tattva from Upanishada, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, that is followed by even Maharaja and the people from Kolhapur also. And I always heard the very loving memories from our elder people from Kolhapur. Basically, they used to tell us, yeah, your grandmother used to come to our place. We were going to Valiude. So everyone was very much fond of them, and they were welcoming. So that was the situation. Whatever I heard, I feel so. And yes, I think we all should remember all those things, and always our history is to learn.
Yeah.
So we should learn those things, and we are learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are doing good. Yeah. Yes.
बहुत ही मतलब यूनिक और एक अच्छा कार्यक्रम कह सकती हूँ इसे मैं। और दूसरा ये था कि आपने जब वो डांस किया तो भारत में विशेष रूप से बहुत अच्छी परंपरा है, चाहे वो नॉर्थ में हो चाहे साउथ में हो, कथा गाथा नाराशंसी आख्यायिका वगैरह। तो तिलाना के वर्ड्स हैं या आप जो ये सरगम यूज करें, सिंस आई एम ए स्टूडेंट ऑफ संस्कृत आर्ट एंड म्यूजिक सो आई कैन टेल बेटर, तो आप उस कथा को बांध सकती हैं जैसे सुभद्रा कुमारी चौहान ने बांधी है। यहाँ नुक्कड़ नाटकों में आल्हा उधल की गाई जाती है, या जैसे है कि बूंदेले हर बोलो के मुंह हमने सुनी कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी। इस तरीके से लिरिकल फॉर्म में आप अपनी दादी की कहानी को किसी भी गीतकार के माध्यम से बांधेंगी तो दैट विल बी मोर कम्युनिकेटिव। हालांकि अभी भी यू आर शोइंग बट यू हैव टू टेल होल स्टोरी बिफोर डांसिंग, सो इट इज माय स्मॉल एडवाइस।
Yes, yes.
एंड इवन आई कैन आल्सो हेल्प with many other
नहीं, आपने बहुत अच्छा ये बताया। एक्चुअली हमारा जो प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है, वी आर वर्किंग ऑन जेची महाराजे, एंड नाउ इट्स जस्ट 20 मिनट्स प्रेजेंटेशन, बट नाउ वी आर वर्किंग ऑन 1 hour प्रेजेंटेशन ऑन डिफरेंट स्टोरीज of refugee children. So there I am using same thing, but the thing is that problem is Polish, and the language is the barrier still. So actually my son has written a nice poem about one of the incidences, and now I'm going to give you to translate it in Polish. And I have some thoughts, but as you said, I'm working on that with some lyrics and music.
Any more questions? Yes.
Madam, you are doing Bharatanatyam, and you are, for the costumes and all, you gestures you used. But for the music, same compositions you are using. Any changes you made?
This is actually especially made for this presentation. Whatever actually the music is got according to the emotions. So I tried to create it with the musicians. And about my dress, I would like to tell that I tried to mix it with Bharatanatyam and the Polish design. If you see, the back is Polish folklore. I specially created, and generally in India, while doing Bharatanatyam, we use white kajra, but here I'm using the flowers generally which we use in Poland in tiara. But if I wear tiara, it would not look good in Bharatanatyam. So I'm just trying to mix it. But the music is it's a combination of Carnatic and Hindustani music. It's not Polish music.
So you said in your biodata it was introduced. You are doing a course.
That is different recital altogether. I perform.
Okay.
Yeah, that is on Polish folk music. I perform the entire Bharatanatyam recital.
How many of the Polish descendants must be there in India now? Quite a few. I mean, 5,000, I believe, came.
So I think there were much more than 5,000. 5,500 plus 500 are recorded to have stayed here as per the Sikorsky Museum records and also Kira Banishinska's records. I'll let you take the answer.
So very few actually stayed in India after the camps were closed because very few were allowed to stay here. The political situation was so difficult with what was going on in India and in the world that the Polish caretakers had to find a new home for them. And actually, Maharaja of Navanagar adopted 200 underage Polish children for them to avoid going back home, because right after World War II, Poland was not a free country. It was controlled by the Soviets. So the children did not want to go back. They were adopted by the Maharaja of Navanagar in order for the Polish caretakers to find them new homes all over the world. That's why they went to the US and Canada and New Zealand and all the places. So I actually have met I think two people. Apeksha, who's a granddaughter. There's Farah Khan, who also is the daughter of one of the girls who lived in the camp. But I have not met many of them here in India. Whereas in the U.S., Canada, or back home, I've met quite a few. Vishwas Tapua, whom I saw in the movie. This is the person who got me into this story, and he is my neighbor. Actually, he was my neighbor because he passed. So it's incredible.
There are,
Sorry, I'll just add, Jan Buras also recently passed. And you know what was so, it was like a bomb ticking when we were shooting, because we were like, oh no, please don't leave yet, the body, because we need you in the film. And it was sad to see that so many of them have left. I, in fact, stayed friends with your grandmother till quite some time, even after the film was made. And there was another thing what I understood from Kira and her memoirs and her interviews, because we found a lot of interviews and footage from her grandson and great grandson. We also found that she was friends with the Maharaja of Jamnagar. So the children who stayed back, like who were adopted, the main reason for their adoption was not just that they didn't want to go back. No, there was the British authorities were saying that we cannot keep them here. They're only children with nobody. They're no father, no mother. We cannot keep them here because we are sending our own children back, because it's, that kind of atmosphere. So the only way that the Polish authorities could think of, and this is Kira and Eugene Ganashinsky's kind of brainstorming with their team, was to maybe make this happen. And then the Maharaja said, yes, that makes perfect sense. Let's do this. Because then they were overstepping British authorities and, doing the way it needs to be done, because they didn't have a place to go to. They didn't have a country. They didn't want to deport them to Poland. And, in England, where would they stay? Which people would house them? It was unclear.
but some of them, do they come?
They come a lot. They come a lot.
Descendants to find out
Yes,
their
yes, yes.
heritage and where they,
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
landed up.
Many of them in Kolhapur. In many meetings, I was there. Even she has shown few of them. I was there with all the.
You should make a sort of a list or something, descendants, and it'll be nice,
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe in Poland, the government has, there's a road in the name of the Maharaja.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's a square.
It's square, named after Good Maharaja Square, and there's also a school that is named after Good Maharaja Jamsaheb Digujay Sinji. It's a very good school in Warsaw.
Because
There was one tram called Dore Maharaja tram.
Yes.
because I saw it in the YouTube about this.
Yes, I hope they will do
square.
one for Shahuji Maharaj also. They should give him some presents as well, because the thing is that this is a very large scale operation that occurred. It's not just a fluke that some children found themselves here. You see, that is why we made the film the way we did, with facts, because people didn't come here out of emotional accord. They were brought here. They were being saved. There was a whole people who were trying to make this happen, and then there were friends in India who were helping. And the Maharaja in Kolhapur was 4 years old. His caretakers were helping as well. I don't remember their names offhand. And similarly, the Maharaj of Jamnagar was helping, because they were all compassionate human beings. So they were all putting things together. Tatas were helping. The last photograph in the film is that of Chiadi Tata, who continued to be friends with Kira Panashinskaya all the way down till his dying day, because he helped her start a Montessori movement in India as well. She had a Montessori school in Hyderabad. She's the first factory to bring in Montessori into India. Every that circle in a circle, square in a square that you've all learnt in school, it's thanks to her.
Nice. Thank you.
Look,
Well, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Anjali. Thank you, Apeksha. May I invite to Sumi to present mementos to our three ladies. May I invite people of Polish origin who may be living in India to pose with us for a group photograph, which is going to go on YouTube live.
Thank you.
Yeah, if there are any Polish people here of Indian, I mean, Indians of Polish, please come, please come. Let us get out here and- Please come. What about him? That's fine. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you very much for spending 2 hours with our friends and making this a success. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you, sir.